Hey guys, and welcome back to Let's Play Ocarina of Time. As you can see, we're going to be taking on the Spirit Temple now that we're a kid and can actually do stuff here. So let's get this thing going. Alright, so you may have remembered before we found there were two different ways to go. This one over here we can't do anything about, but this one over here we can now since we're a kid. And we also had a nice long chat with Naburu here, who's of the Gerudo tribe. She's commissioned us to find some sort of treasure inside of the temple that we apparently can't use and have to give to her, so that's pretty much what we're going to be doing. So we can head on through this crawl space and now get the child half of the dungeon finished, pretty much. I said before, this is one of the, it's the only temple in the game that you actually have to go like back and forth through time to complete, so it's pretty cool in that regard, definitely, but for now we're going to be doing the child part of it. So let's go ahead and take care of the keys. I'm pretty sure you need to destroy all the enemies in this room in order to open the way forward, so let's get our items a little bit more situated. I'm going to say the slingshot and the bombs, I guess. I don't know. I'm not entirely sure what I'll need, but that's fine. So let's go ahead and take care of these keys on the wall before they do anything. It's been a while since we've used the slingshot, huh? Alright, so let's go ahead and dump this thing. Actually, I wasn't quite ready. We've got to destroy this thing here. This is one of those Armos statues that will come to life. So, let's see. We can set the bomb, and there we go. That'll take care of it. It's always nice when you can get that to work. Obviously, just make sure you avoid the big blade trap in the middle, and you'll be fine there. And, of course, once we defeat all the enemies, the way opens, like I said. So there are actually a few different ways that we can go here. You can see there's a crawl space in the middle as well as a left and right doorway. We're basically going to start over here at the left and take this path. Now, once we get in here, we actually have to fight a Stalfos. This is the first time we've ever fought one as a child, and of course I ducked a little too late there, but that's fine. It can be a little bit tricky to fight as a child, halfway because you don't really do near as much damage as you do when you're an adult, and second because it's just so much bigger than you, and it has like a much longer reach and everything, so you kind of have to be a little bit careful. You also have a harder time sort of getting through its shield, so you can block and then pretty much take care of it that way, but this can take a little while. It's not a bad idea to be a little bit aggressive. If you can hit him before he actually gets his attack off, that'll work, and then sometimes you can sort of freeze him in place and hit him a couple times, so yeah, that one can actually be a little bit of a tricky fight, but still really nothing too bad, and it's pretty much the same thing you've done before, it just takes more hits. Now here we've got a green bubble to take care of. You can freeze it with the boomerang and shoot it with a slingshot, and that'll go down pretty quickly. Now we have a crystal switch that's behind this grating here, so we're going to have to step back a little bit and throw the boomerang to the left. And then it'll hit it on the way back to the right, so that's nice. You got to get the positioning down pretty well, though. If you stand too far forward, it'll actually just go right behind it, so keep that in mind. Whoa, okay, I wasn't quite expecting that. Pretty much you can expect most of the pots in here to fly at you, so all that work for a blue rupee that we didn't even need, so there you go. Let's go on through and into the next room. Now in here, let's see, I'm going to put on Den's Fire. We're going to be using that. We are going to encounter another new enemy, this guy right here. This is an interesting enemy. Let's see what Navi has to say. This is an Anubis. It's vulnerable to fire. And basically what this guy does is pretty much mimic your movements, but sort of like mirror them. See, as you can see, we can sort of control where he goes. So there's a couple ways you can do this. The intended route, I guess you could say, is to stand over there, which will put him right in front of that door. Hit that switch with a slingshot thing will work, and it'll cause some fire to come up and kill him. But the easier way to do it is to just sort of stand here somewhat close, and then use Dense Fire, and that'll take care of him, so there you go. He only takes damage from fire, so just keep that in mind, but once you do that, you can head on through. Nothing else to do in here. Alright, so in this room, looks like we've got wall masters that are going to try to grab us, so we want to beware of that. We've also got some fire keys flying around, so you kind of have to deal with those first, but make sure you watch for that shadow so you don't get grabbed. That when it shows up, just turn around and hit it. It takes a couple strikes as a child. A couple jumping attacks will do it. It takes like 4 normal sword attacks, I think, but as you can see, we've got a lot of silver rupees to be getting, so we can go ahead and get on that. There are a lot of keys on the other side, but thanks to this grating here, they can't get to you, so you don't need to worry about it too much. However, you can see there is a gold skulltula down here. If you climb, like, on this side of it, then it will actually hit you through the grating, so just be a little bit careful there. And then, of course, there are 2 more silver rupees on this side. Then the final one is back over here. Actually, I think somewhat cleverly hidden. You can see it just a little bit, but at certain camera angles, you really can't. It's actually behind this torch, so that's kind of neat. But once we open that, that's pretty much going to open the floodgates for the keys to start coming in, so just be a little bit aware of them. Sometimes they still get stuck on the other side, though, so it's really not that big of a deal. That guy's just floating in midair. That's awesome. Oh, come on, just hit him. Alright, the other one. Is there another one? Nope, guess that's it. Alright. Then, once we get on this side, we can use dense fire to light these torches. You could also grab a Deku stick and use the torch that was inside there to light them, but I'm just doing it the lazy way, I guess. Oh, there was another key, so you just managed to get inside there. Alright, there we go. So we can open the chest that we made appear and get a small key, our first one. Alright, and also, before you leave, make sure that you grab the gold Skulltula. It can be easy to forget if you're just focusing on going through the temple, so just keep that in mind. I almost kind of forgot myself a little bit there. I just remembered it at the last second, but no, come on. There you go. The boomerang has a pretty weird trajectory, I gotta say, but there we go, we got its token. So, let's go ahead and head on through this door. Now, you may remember this room. If we take a look around and look this way, you can see that we pretty much just made a complete circle around the back and came out through there. So, that's pretty cool. You need to go through that way, because obviously if you came through here, you wouldn't be able to get the grading down by collecting the silver rupees. So going through the right door first really wouldn't get you anything. But now we want to head on through the crawl space. And you can see there's a locked door on the other side, so that's what we're going to have to be checking out. Nope. I still don't like the camera that doesn't instantly change over. We've got some bombs in here, I guess we might as well take them. And let's see what's in this one. Oh. Deku nuts, well, awesome, that's kind of useless, but there we go. Alright, so let's head on through the locked door and into a new area. We've got some Skulltulas here to be taken care of. The boomerang, of course, makes quick work of them. We can look up and then target this one. Nope. There we are. And now we can, actually I'm going to pick up this heart stone back at full health. It's always nice to be there. Now we can climb up this little tiled wall here. And you can still hear a Skulltula going around there, and also it kind of gets on the camera for a little bit. If you turn around, there's a gold Skulltula back here, which is also, I think, a pretty cool place, but it's pretty easy to find since it's so loud. But there you go. So we grab its token, and now as we look over this way, we have sort of an interesting little room here. There's a sun on the floor. Can we check it? I don't think we can. I think we can check it after we activate it, but if we go over here to this corner, this is a Lizalfos will drop down. So we've dealt with these guys before, just pretty much deal with them the same way you did back at Dodongo's Cavern. And that's how long it's been since we've seen these guys. If you do it right, you can get in a few shots and it won't take as long, but well, it just took a little while there. Then another one's going to drop down over here. So yeah, they don't like being cornered. They will oftentimes try to jump over you if you get too close. So I guess if you want to do it quickly, the key would be to keep the distance a little bit and then go in. But whatever, it's fine. Alright, so we killed both of those. Didn't really do too much. Let's see, now we've got a crystal switch up there we can hit if we want. But actually all that's going to do is drop a chest down, which will give us some bomb chew, which is kind of your hint at what to do. If we look over here, we can see there's sort of a crack in the wall there. We can use a bomb chew and send it on up. And, well, I hit the Skulltula, but I guess that works. Then that will cause some light to come through and activate this little sun thing here. You're going to be seeing quite a lot of those as we go through, so just keep that in mind. Yeah, see, now you can check it. Show me the light. Yeah, well, already did, but... So yeah, just keep those things in mind. That's kind of a new mechanism introduced in this temple, and we're going to be seeing a little bit more of it later, so... Alright, then here we want to push off that statue to land on a button, which will unseal a door that is actually up there. So we're going to be getting that in a little bit. But first we want to jump on down. And this is a pretty big room. There's another sort of side to it. There's pretty much two sides. You can see there's actually a long shot or hook shot target up there. That means we're going to be coming back to that side as an adult. But we came in from over here, the kid side of it. So this is sort of another culmination of the two time periods, I guess you could say. We've got two more torches over here. If we stand on this platform and use dense fire once again, we can light both of those. And when we do so, a chest is going to appear right in front of us, which is bigger than us, which is kind of weird, but there you go. We can open it. And we find the dungeon map. Alright, sorry about that. Had just a little bit of an interruption, but now we're back. So now that we've got the dungeon map, we can pretty much just head on back up. You can check out these pots if you want. There's usually not anything in them. Yeah, see, they're pretty much always empty, so I guess that's kind of a waste of time. But we can go ahead and climb back up and head on up. We unsealed a door up here, and that's pretty much our next target. Before we head over there, this is the door that we unsealed, by the way. Before we head over there, we want to look over here. You can see Navi has gone over there and turned green, which means we can play the Scarecrow song, I believe, and you can also see the gold skulltula there. Can't get it yet because we don't have a way to get over there, so we're just going to have to remember that for later. So for now, we can head on through and on up this little neat hallway there. I kind of like it. It's pretty interesting. Alright, now in here, this is pretty much one of the biggest rooms as a child. It's kind of one of the most involved ones. You can see we've got Silver Rupee Puzzle, of course. There's been a ton of those lately. Got some BMOs around, got some blade traps, got some torches, and also as we go over here, there's some light coming in and a sun panel on top of the block. So there's like 3 or 4 different things we're going to need to be dealing with while we're here. The first thing that I like to do is take out the BMOs. You can do so with bombs, of course. I suppose Bomb Chew would work as well, but... oh, that was stupid. I do that a lot. I just get careless around them. So we can blow this up. And blow that up. Oh, he tried to pick it up again as it was exploding. That's nice. Oh, thanks for the bombs. Alright, and then this one over here. These guys, I like taking them out. I don't know why I keep setting it down. I guess he stops when you Z-target, so go figure. But, and I got hit by the explosion. Everything's going wrong. But I like taking those out first because they can really be somewhat of a nuisance when you're trying to make your way around this room. So it's probably a good idea to just go ahead and clear it out. You know, the less things that can get after you, the better. So. Alright, so now we're going to start collecting these silver rupees. I don't know if we can make this jump or not. Oh, guess we can. Awesome. Alright, and then this one we're going to have to sort of jump out for. There we go, and now there's only one left, and you can see it up there. So, alright, come on, go by. Whoa. Yeah, I really don't like those blade traps. It's like they move slowly, but they're always just in the right position. Alright, so we collect the silver rupees, which causes this torch to light. Now we're going to have to go around and make sure all these unlit torches become lit. So now we've only got a couple of puzzles left. We still have that sun thing to deal with on top of the block. But for now, we can take care of the torches. So let's go ahead and do that. Start over here, and then come over this way. Now, I like to refill my torch here. That's probably just me being paranoid, but, oh man. And you don't want to take too long, because of course they will re-extinguish themselves. But thankfully, you can do it without too much trouble. I mean, it takes quite a while, so... you got more time than you think you would have, but that's going to cause this chest to appear up here, which we can jump up to and open to find another small key. Awesome. Okay, so now all that's left to deal with is the sun on top of the block, so those are pretty easy to deal with, which is kind of why I saved it for last. It's also going to cause us to be able to get out of the room. As you can see, the doors are still blocked, so it kind of makes sense that this would be the last thing you do. First, you want to pull that one out so you can have a clear path, and then you can pretty much just pull this straight back, and it will eventually activate, so you don't have to go around to the sides or anything. I think it takes 12 pulls, like, you know, each pull and then stop is one increment. It would take 12 of those, but eventually you pull it back here into the light. It'll activate. And the door's open. And now we're finally done with this room. We got everything there is to do. Just make sure you get the key before you get out. That's pretty much the main idea. So now we can go through, and of course there is a locked door right in front of us with some pots here that we can't get with a spin attack. Let's just see what's in them. Heart and a heart. Well, thanks. You also want to turn around before going too far up and get this gold skulltula up here. Oh, that was too high. Oh, never mind. It's fine. Alright, let's see how many that makes. If it's 96. Alright, so I think there's still one more we can get as a kid, but I'm not entirely sure about that. It might be it, but I guess we'll see. Actually, okay, yeah, that is it. So there you go. As we go through here, we're going to encounter a new enemy, which is probably one of the coolest in the game. I think it's a lot of people's favorite. It's definitely up there on my list, so there you go. It's this guy here. He's pretty... not active here. I guess you could say he's kind of lazy, just sitting around. We can actually like backflip into him and everything, roll into him. And he doesn't really do anything, but as soon as you hit him with your sword, he'll activate. And we can see that Navi's going to tell us he is an Iron Knuckle. Watch out for its axe attack. It hurts a lot. Strike when it drops its guard. And it does hurt a lot. I think at this point it'll take off 4 hearts. So, yeah, don't get hit. Basically, when you get close, he'll swing. You can do a backflip and then do a jump attack to get back in. And then if you sort of repeat this pattern, this guy is actually pretty easy to deal with. He doesn't really hurt you that much. In fact, if you do it right, he won't hurt you at all. So there you go. So you pretty much just keep repeating this backflip jump attack pattern. As long as you wait a little bit after the jump attack so you make sure he attacks you right away, then it should go without a hitch. As you can see, it's going pretty well here. Eventually, we'll do enough damage to knock his armor off and it gets a little bit faster. What I like to do here is just be aggressive. Every time you hit him, he gets knocked back, so you can just hit him right before he's about to attack. And then... it's kind of hard to do if you can't see, but, you know, you kind of remember the timing a little bit. See, and then once you hit him enough, he dies, and that's pretty much it. So the Iron Knuckle is definitely cool, but he's probably one of the easier enemies to deal with, if you ask me. So, there you go. But definitely a pretty cool fight, and I do enjoy it. So now we can head on through the door that was behind him, and we're going to actually head back outside. Oh no, it's you again. I saw you flying around before. Hey, what's up, Link? Surprised to see me? A long time in this world is almost nothing to you, is it? How mysterious. Even I thought that the tales of a boy who could travel back and forth through time was merely a legend. Link, you have fully matured as an adult. From now on, the future of all the people in Hyrule is on your shoulders. Maybe it's not my time anymore. Here is my last advice. Oh, thank goodness. 2 witches inhabit this temple. In order to destroy them, turn their own magic power against them. Hoot! Do you want to hear what I said again? No. For the last time, no. I will continue to watch you. Hoot! And off he goes. Yeah, you didn't forget about him, right? Of course. He has to come back and bug us one more time, just for old time's sake, I suppose. And there you go. He flies off, and as you said, that was his last piece of advice. So now we're up here. You can see we're above the Desert Colossus now, which is kind of neat. You can see a heart piece out there, which we can't get right now, but we will later. Another exit out there, and this we're pretty much just on the hands of this giant statue, so it's pretty neat where we come out. Of course, there's a big obvious treasure chest here. We can open it to find that we get. The Silver Gauntlets. If you wore them, you would feel power in your arms, the power to lift big things with A. But these gauntlets won't fit a kid. Plus, you promised to give them to Nabooru. You should keep your word. I don't need a game to question my morality, alright? Well, that sure sucks, doesn't it? Yeah, apparently Nabooru, for whatever reason, went outside of the temple, got caught by those 2 witches that the owl just told us about. They sent her into some sort of vortex or something, I don't know, but yep, either way, she's pretty much done for now, so I guess we don't have to return those gauntlets to her. So if we want, we can jump on down. We're actually done with the Spirit Temple as a kid now. That's pretty much all there is to do there. But of course, now that we have the Silver Gauntlets, the hint was we can't wear them as a kid. So now we're going to have to come back and do that as an adult. So that's pretty cool, but we're going to go straight back to the Temple of Time right now. But before we actually get back to the Spirit Temple as an adult, there's just one little detour I want to make. And making that one detour will ensure that we get all of the collectibles by the time we finish the Spirit Temple entirely. So, it won't take long, I promise. And of course, you know, I'll do my usual editing wizardry, and that will take pretty much no time at all. So let's head back. I'm not entirely sure what song I'd want to do if we're going to do another alternate one. I've tried a lot of the other ones, and they really just don't work that well. Let's see, I'm going to waste a little time and see if we can pick one out. Let's see, the Prelude of Light. Did we do the Prelude of Light? I think it's too short. Requiem of Spirit, Serenade of Water. I don't think we've done the Serenade of Water. We'll try it just to see how it sounds. Yeah, see, it's a little too short. The very end of the music just cut in there, so that's pretty neat. But yeah, so maybe that's not the best song to do. Mostly the longer ones seem to work well. But alright, and I've been getting an uncountable number of requests for this, so we've been wearing the Zora tunic for a while, so I suppose it's probably time to give it its rest. I'm going to switch back to the Kokiri one, because we haven't been wearing that as an adult for a while, since we got the Goron tunic, you know, the second temple we went to. So we're going to switch back to the Kokiri tunic. And now I'm going to make that little detour, and I'm not going to reveal where we're going yet. I'll leave you in suspense, but I will meet you once we get there.